One of the things I have noticed when sitting with people who are dying is that there is an opportunity that could be missed. We're often reluctant to talk about dying, even though we're all going to die. And we're reluctant to open up to one another about our feelings. And having been the volunteer faith chaplain here for the last 6 months, I've really noticed the difference between somebody who has thought about it and talked about it prior to reaching end of life, and somebody who hasn't done that thinking or talking at all. And I'd really like to encourage all of us to have those conversations a lot sooner. It's never too soon. Because if we know what we would each like to happen, then we take away one of the biggest quandaries. I have sat with people who wonder whether their father, their wife, their daughter would like last rites from a priest, whether they would want to have any religious involvement at all, and they haven't been sure, and they've wanted to get it right, and they've been desperate to make the right decisions, and yet they haven't known what those decisions are. And it's a real sorrow in my heart that at a very critical point in our life, that end point, that we haven't been open with those who we're closest to about what's important to us. So if we can do something now, maybe it is to turn to our nearest and dearest and say, do you know what? I think that when I'm dying, I would really like ... and just have that conversation. I've been visiting my mother recently, and she's been talking about the music that she would like. So we've started a playlist. And I've said, perhaps people won't be available for 5 days to listen to all of her favourite pieces of music. But what that has given us is an opportunity to speak about why those pieces of music are important. So it's opened up lots of memories, and it's allowed me to ask more questions about the gaps that I have in her life. And it's been really special and intimate and vital. When I was sitting with somebody the other week, I had only met them in that moment, and they were already unconscious. And I only had very little bit of information to go on, which was about her religion and her husband's religion, and I knew nothing else. But what I could offer was to be with her as she died, and to sit her right in the centre of my universe for those minutes. And it was such a privilege. So whilst I'm saying it'd be really good to have these conversations, I also know that in those last minutes, simply being present with somebody is a real gift. So if you were faced now with the knowledge that you only had a few days to live, what would be the most important thing to you? Perhaps it would be to gather people around you and tell them how much you love them. That might need to be done in voice messages or letters. You might need some help doing that. But maybe there are people that you could reconcile yourself with, and that could be meaningful to them and to you. Perhaps you would like to say sorry to somebody. Perhaps you would like to have a visit from a therapy pony. Perhaps you would like to die in the arms of your beloved. Talk about it now, share it with others, write it down, and know that whatever is meaningful to you is your spirituality. That's what I'm about helping you to cross a bridge, about helping you to know yourself well enough that you can let others know the real you as well. So have that conversation today and write it down.